I'm Hani Al-Qadi. I'm a trauma surgeon from Oman. So I've been coming to Medicalis since 2018, almost every year, except the years of COVID. It just gives me great pride to be part of this congress because of all the amazing effort by the medical students. So the presentation was about how to approach trauma patients with the different scenarios, and basically a guide for the medical students on how they can save a life and resuscitate a sick patient, which is the true essence of medicine basically, because you enter medicine to save lives. The essence of the lecture was basically educating the students on the different ways you can save a trauma patient. With regards to the competition, it was a competition, it's called the Jeopardy competition, and it was between 3 teams. They should answer the questions. If they answer right, they get plus points. If they answer wrong, they get minus points. And at the end, the best or the luckiest team have won. My advice to the students attending Medicalis is to make the best of what they have and appreciate all the positive things in their lives, specifically having a successful medical school like here, a very safe city, advanced teaching methods that they should appreciate and build on what they have.
My name is Dr. Alexandra Țicle. I'm an ophthalmologist working in Dr. Holhoș Clinic here in Cluj-Napoca. Today we are going to talk about laser techniques in ophthalmology. In order to see clear, you need either glasses, either surgery, and today we are going to talk about the exact same surgeries you need in order to see clear, like PRK, femtolasic, Presbyond, or Smile Pro. I just want everyone to know that here in Romania we have all the technology we need to do ophthalmology really good at a high level, at a professional level. And besides the medical exams done in ophthalmology, we also have laser surgeries done at a super high level. Like I'm talking about the same techniques that are used in Germany, the same techniques that are used in the US. So yeah.
Salut! Mă numesc Luca și anul ăsta sunt voluntar în departamentul de științific și rolul meu în departament este să mă asigur că tot ceea ce ține de speakeri merge la perfecție. O să fiu și moderator în cadrul panelului de mâine și am foarte mari emoții că e prima dată când particip și sper să fie bine.
Okay, hold on, Larissa. Hold on, go on then. Hello. Bună zana, is that right?
Bună ziua.
Bună ziua is good evening, yes? Bună ziua. Hello, I'm Dr. Nicholas Herodotou. I'm a palliative medicine physician in Luton. And I've been a doctor for many years. Well, I had a very nice email invitation. Initially, I thought it was one of those scam emails where they want your money, and I wasn't quite sure how they got my name. But when I spoke to Larissa via email, she said, we got your name from the YouTube channel where I've done some podcasts. Someone did some podcasts for me on palliative care. So I was invited, and I thought it would be a very good opportunity to influence other countries where palliative care is not really taught well. Essentially, what I was trying to talk about is what does it mean to be a palliative patient? So defining palliative care, it doesn't just mean cancer patients, it means people who have life-limiting conditions which progress and are irreversible, like chronic lung disease, chronic cardiac disease, dementias, the neurodegenerative conditions. And I was talking about a holistic approach to these patients And importantly is knowing when to stop treatment when a patient is dying. So identifying a patient who is reaching the natural end. And it's the fine balance of giving good care to a patient and giving them dignity. Because often we overtreat and we cause more suffering to our patients. And as doctors, we must never do that. I had an illustration at the beginning of a plant, a little seedling, with the hand with soil in it, and medicine is like that. We are the doctors with the hand. The soil is the treatment we give the patient. The seedling is the patient. Overtreat it and the plant will die. Undertreat it and it's never a whole plant. And it's like that with palliative care. You do the right things to give dignity and quality to life of that patient. The biggest challenge is they're trying to bring in assisted dying in the United Kingdom, which I am fundamentally opposed to. You know, doctors are there to care for patients, not to be executioners. To me, it's morally wicked to legislate for assisted suicide. People need loving care when they're dying. Also, I stop treatments that cause more suffering to people. So I think palliative care gives true dignity in dying by enabling people to die naturally, not to delay it, not to keep or to speed it up. And in my hospital in particular, the biggest problem is doctors are scared to stop treating people because they're frightened of complaints and being sued. So that's my biggest challenge.
Thank you, doctor.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Mă numesc Vlad, sunt coordonatorul tehnic la Medicalis. Activitatea mea anul ăsta a constat în crearea site-ului, crearea platformei de selecție a workshop-urilor, care am făcut-o special pentru Medicalis. Eu mă ocup cu tot ce se întâmplă tehnic în aulă, mă asigur că participanții au microfoane, se aude bine, stick-urile, etc.
Hello, my name is Pankaj Chandak. I'm from London. I'm a transplant surgeon and a research fellow over at Guy's Great Ormond Street, Evelina Children's Hospital and UCL Institute of Child Health at Great Ormond Street, as well as King's College London. I was invited by this fantastic congress this year to talk about some innovations in transplantation, and I was focusing on my areas of interest, which is in warm machine perfusion of human organs for experimental and therapeutic purposes, and also looking at innovations using 3D printing for complex surgical planning for pediatric transplantation, as well as public engagement in science. One of the biggest challenges in transplantation is the lack of organs for the number of people on the waiting list, including good quality organs. So one of the ways in which we're trying to improve that is by using cutting edge innovations and science to try and improve organ quality and perhaps think about regeneration and repair of existing organs as a bridge to whole organ bioengineering in the future. The second main problem in transplantation is things like rejection, and what sort of drugs we can develop further to try and help that, and perhaps move away from giving complete systemic treatment for rejection and using targeted therapies for the organs itself to prevent that process. So my advice to you is follow your curiosity, keep asking questions, have the courage to persist even when you fail, and just let your curiosity guide you as to what you think is best for serving humanity.
Hello, Medicalis people. My name is Marcos Secas and I'm a second year medicine student in UMFE. I like congresses in general. I've been to some of them. Medicalis last year, I didn't catch that registration date because I did not know about it, but I thought it was interesting, and this year I chose to join, and I was an oral presenter in the scientific competition, so that was an extra point for me to join Medicalis. I really liked my workshop with Ross Fisher. I felt he was very inspiring and his stories were very inspiring, and his speech today.
Hello, my name's Ross Fisher. I'm a paediatric surgeon from Sheffield Children's Hospital, Sheffield in England. It's my third time at your Congress, and each time I've come before I've had a fantastic time. I've enjoyed the social events, and it's a real privilege to meet enthusiastic and exciting students who want to know about medicine and surgery and pediatric surgery and me. And so coming back is a real pleasure. What intrigues me in medicine is that we are overwhelmed with facts, and we believe that we practice evidence-based medicine. And so my challenge to the students is, what do you think of the evidence, and how will we deliver that, and how will you deliver that in the future? I think it's more complex than we think, but the punchline I'm not going to give you now. You have to watch the presentation. A career in medicine is do what you want to do. I think it's really important that if you feel that you want to be a dermatologist, then you should go and try and be a dermatologist. You should get a mentor who looks and sounds like you, not some old white grey dude, but actually someone who's the same as you, and find them, and they will give you support and help to achieve anything that you want. Whatever you want to achieve, you can achieve. I think that's the best advice I can give.
Să mă prezint eu. Salut, eu sunt Serenus, participant la Medicalis în ediția din 2025, student în anul 4 la medicină și parte din FASMR. Am urmărit cu interes conferința de ieri a domnului Dr. Hani și mi s-a părut foarte interesant de cazurile pe care le-a prezentat. Acum urmează să participăm la conferința despre utilizarea inteligenței artificiale în medicină, un subiect care pentru mine reprezintă un lucru chiar foarte de interes.
I'm Anne Schwerk from Berlin, so I work at the Charité University Hospital and I teach at the Iuliu International University of Applied Sciences, where I teach AI, especially with a focus on the healthcare field. A brief overview, okay. So the first part was mainly focused on AI in healthcare, the challenges, especially the data availability, and what we are currently doing in Germany to get more data in research data infrastructures. The second part focused then a little bit more on how you can use machine learning and AI for rare diseases. And then the end of the talk was devoted to explainable AI and how it can address many of the current challenges in the healthcare field. I must say I was last year invited to another student congress in Groningen in Holland, and this was an amazing experience. So I thought, and I looked at your webpage, and I hoped it would be a similar amazing experience, and especially also because I think the city, the environment and the topics were very well also fit to my interests.
Ok, salut, eu sunt Nicu Cosma, am venit aici ca participant. E prima oară când vin la Medicalis, pare sincer super fain, m-a uimit. Cel mai mult mi-a plăcut până acum, sincer, prezentarea din prima zi despre managementul pacienților paliativ. Mi se pare că subiectul ăsta chiar merită mai multă atenție și îmi place foarte mult că s-a abordat asta la o conferință dintr-un congres pentru studenți. Altă chestie care mi-a plăcut a fost organizarea foarte bună. Mi se pare că s-au respectat foarte bine orarele. Chiar mi-au plăcut foarte mult speakerii, foarte mulți speakeri internaționali, dar și speaker români de calitate. Mi-au plăcut workshop-urile foarte fidele, foarte realiste și mi se pare că te pregătesc foarte bine pentru o carieră medicală și trebuie să recunosc și mâncarea a fost foarte bună.
Hai, pregătește-te. E pregătit? Salut tuturor, scuze că vă întrerup. Ce părere ai avut de congres până acum?
Păi mie mi-a plăcut foarte mult, a fost foarte interesant.
Ok. Și mâncarea cum a fost?
Eu încă n-am mâncat nimica.
Congres plăcut și toate cele bune. Bună, fetelor! Cum vi s-a părut masa? Care a fost felul preferat de mâncare?
Prăjitura cu cocos, foarte bună.
Ne bucurăm că ți-a plăcut și ce rezoluții ai pentru viitorul congresului?
Să particip la conferințe, la workshop merg astăzi și cam atâta.
Îți mulțumim frumos! Congres plăcut!
Mulțumesc la fel, pa, pa!
Mă numesc Gabriela Fechetea, sunt absolventă a Facultății de Medicină din Cluj-Napoca, generația 1995, deci anul acesta se vor împlini 35 de ani de când am plecat din Cluj și am plecat ca să încerc să duc faimele școlii de medicină și pe alte hotare. Sunt actualmente în Grecia ca și pediatru și alergolog pediatru, având un training efectuat în Anglia la Imperial College. În cadrul prezentării de astăzi voi încerca să trezesc interesul studenților la medicină pentru ceea ce înseamnă alergologia și mai ales alergologia de copii. În ultimii ani vedem o creștere explozivă a bolilor alergice, ceea ce înseamnă că în viitor aproape fiecare om va avea o alergie. Alergie care înseamnă o alergie la un aliment, la un medicament, astm alergic sau rinită alergică. Această specialitate este mai puțin cunoscută, fiindcă pe plan european sunt țări în care de fapt nu există ca și specializare, sunt țări în care există ca o subspecialitate și țări, bineînțeles, care există ca și specialitate de sine stătătoare. M-aș bucura foarte mult ca doar câțiva dintre colegii mai tineri de astăzi, dacă în viitor ei vor alege această specializare la rezidențiat sau în cercetare. Greutăți sunt multe, dar vreau doar să avizez și să încurajez colegii mai tineri că toate greutățile pot fi învinse. Așa că keep going și fiți buni, oameni de știință și doctori.
Numele meu este Negoiaș Denis, sunt student în anul 2 aici la Cluj și mă bucur să fiu la Medicalis. Am ales să fiu la Medicalis pentru că este unul dintre cele mai bune congrese din țară, în opinia mea. Am fost cât de cât plecat pe aici pe acolo și mi se pare că Medicalis reușește ca în fiecare an să surprinde, să aducă lucruri noi. Vă așteptăm clar la Medicalis și să veniți la anul pentru că chiar e șmecherea rău de tot.
Yeah, hi, my name's James Face Charles, I'm a UK doctor. I work in emergency care and do expedition medicine as well. I got an email from one of the organisers of the conference just asking if I'd come and talk. I just felt it was a real privilege to be asked to come and talk and a delight to be here today. So I've been all around the world. I've been a doctor in Antarctica on expedition, in Norway, through the Sahara Desert, Mozambique, up Kilimanjaro, and really kind of exploring remote medicine and challenges, which is super exciting, and being able to provide that medical care to people outside of the hospital, which is really testing and challenging and fun. And I'm here to talk about that today.
Hello, I'm Erika Vliege. I'm an internist, infectious diseases specialist from the University Hospital in Antwerp and from the University of Antwerp. Thank you for having me here. It's a great honor. I was invited to give a talk on pandemic preparedness. As an infectious diseases specialist, I've been involved in my own country, Belgium, very much in outbreak and pandemic preparedness. So I would like to tell about these experiences. What have we learned over the past 5 to 10 years? How should we be better prepared to face new outbreaks or to face new pandemics? So I will be looking a little bit to the past, but certainly also in the future, and list some of the building blocks of pandemic preparedness. Within infectious infectious diseases, we always say there's never a dull moment. Over the past 10 years, we've seen so many infectious diseases emerging, re-emerging, reinventing themselves. And actually, if I look back at 25 years of career as an infectious diseases specialist, I had never a dull moment. I started off as a HIV specialist, and HIV is well under control, but far from eradicated. Then I did a doctorate in antimicrobial resistance in global AMR, and I think we still have a lot of work in global AMR and global policy for antibiotics. And then in more recent years, we've seen large-scale outbreaks, thinking of the large Ebola outbreak 10 years ago, COVID, of course, and then after COVID there was Mpox and now measles. I have a message and some advice. So first of all, I would really like to congratulate all the students here to organize this, because this is really unseen to organize such a big conference, and I think that says something about the dedication of students, so that's really, I'm very amazed. My advice, first of all, as a clinician, I think you always have to take care of patients. You have to love your patients and love the work we can do for our patients. Patients need us, they need dedicated doctors, so you always have to try and become a better doctor.
Salut, eu sunt Popa Florin Alexandru și sunt student în anul 3 la medicină aici în Cluj. Am participat și în primul an și mi-a plăcut foarte tare workshop-urile și conferințele cu medicii care au fost invitați și am decis să-mi iau bilet și anul ăsta, având și poster de prezentat. Îmi place tare mult congresul și vă felicit pentru munca pe care o depuneți.
My name is Ioana Braicu. I finished Cluj-Napoca Medical University and I'm a professor for translation research in Joint Oncology at Charité and also visiting scholar at Stanford. So first of all, it's always good to come back to your home university, so this was really something that I was very happy to be invited. And of course, it's always a pleasure to talk to the students, but I think if we can impact something is on the new generation. So one key will be key message. I talked about ovarian cancer. Again, it's not the most common disease that will happen, but it's a very deadly one. The most important topic will be think of it when you make the differential diagnosis, think of it when you have a patient with a pelvic mass, think of it when you have a patient with gastrointestinal symptoms and you do not find something specific. Think also of the risk of ovarian cancer, of genetic mutation. Think also in patients that do not necessarily have a family history. This is something that we can really improve in our daily routine. First of all, I was really impressed about the Congress, about the organization, about the number of participants, about the questions and the interactive discussion. What do I recommend? Again, I think it's something that I also said during my talk is just to remember that as a physician you sit in front of a conference room full with people who are more like your partners than anything else, the patient, the family, the other colleagues from the other specialties, and I think it's always important to mediate the discussion, including the pharma companies, the industry, the regulatories, everything is a part of our daily routine. And this is something that I want to give the next generations, not be afraid to get into the discussion, not be afraid to involve anyone, not be afraid of networking. I think this is the future for the medicine.
Hello everyone. It is truly my honor to be here today as the general coordinator of this remarkable event. I would like to take a moment to convey my deepest appreciation to everyone who took a big part into making this Congress possible. At the pinnacle of importance, a huge thank you to our devoting team of coordinators and volunteers. I would like to extend my recognition to the invaluable support of the University of Medicine and Pharmacy, Iuliu Hațieganu. Our distinguished speakers grace us today with their profound and unparalleled knowledge, enriching our discussions with invaluable insights. I am deeply appreciative of your contribution to the advancement of medical science. A special thanks to the Medical Students Organization from Cluj-Napoca. My sincere appreciation to our sponsors, to all of you. Thank you for being a part of the Medicalis family. I wish you a wonderful Congress filled with meaningful connections and enlightening discussions.